friends, Rebecca here, the Dragon Librarian from Farmington Community Library, and I've got Lala here today to talk with you about a book that we just recently read and absolutely loved it, totally enjoyed it, think it's great. It is a book that is written by an author that I've read their previous works and think they're absolutely fantastic, and this one was no exception as well. So, what book am I talking about? It's Green, the new book by Alex Gino. Now, Alex Gino, you may know, this cover may even look familiar because it is very similar to some of the other books that Alex Gino has written. Their most famous is probably Melissa, and they have another one named Rick. And some of their more recent books, let's see, I forgot the newest one, Alice Austin Lived Here is the one that came out before that one, and now this is their newest one, Green. And it's a short book, it's not very long at all. I think it's a perfect book to read really anytime, but especially now in June with Pride Month here. I think it's a really great book to read. So this book is about a non-binary teenager named Green who thinks that life is pretty fantastic. They have a really supportive dad, which, you know, you can't beat that when you are an LGBTQ youth, right? They've got a really supportive dad. They've got a great group of friends at school. They love themselves. They have a really good solid hold on their identity. But where they are a little bit confused is by this one friend that they have in school named Ronnie. Now, Ronnie is somebody that's been in Green's friend group for quite a while, but he's just very different from his other friends, from their other friends. So Ronnie is somebody that Green is growing really attached to. He thinks he's just super, they think he's just super funny. They think that Ronnie is just very cute and sweet. But Ronnie has given no indication as to whether he might be interested in Green as well. So Green is not really sure what to do. The other thing going on in this story is that they are throwing a play together, a musical of The Wizard of Oz. And it's going to be a very different, diverse casting of The Wizard of Oz. At the request of some of the students, they made the parts open to, traditionally parts that were maybe just played by females or males, opened them up to everybody. So everybody can try out for every role. Now, Green does try out. They don't get it, which is fine. They decide to work in the stage crew, which also is what Ronnie is doing. So they're growing closer and closer that way. So it's just a really sweet, simple story of a teen who is just trying to find their place in the world, trying to figure out if the person that they likes them back, and basically just trying to figure out what they want out of life, which is kind of what we're all dealing with, right? So the thing that makes this book so special is because of the dialogue. I think that Alex Gino just writes really perfect dialogue for young people. This is technically a middle grade book, but I think it could be read by people even a little bit lower, maybe in upper elementary, but also in high school age as well. And I mean, I'm an adult and I read it and absolutely loved it. There's a lot of topics and things like that that come up that I think are really important, that maybe things that we don't think about on a day-to-day basis, like the casting for The Wizard of Oz. So when they first put out the call for it, you know, the production teacher is like, all right, you know, we're doing this, but that teacher doesn't mention anything about, you know, people of different genders maybe playing those roles, which is something that, you know, the youth in the school are very interested and concerned about at the same time. So I loved reading about the dialogue between those students and the teachers. I loved how supportive Green's environment was, right? So Green has a really supportive, awesome dad. Green has a really amazing, supportive group of friends at school and teachers that really just give them all the support and, you know, that they need. And not every youth, you know, in the LGBTQ community has that sort of environment that is safe and just a good environment to be in. So I think it's a very warm, comforting book to read. On top of the really great story and the great dialogue, it just feels like a warm hug, or it feels like a nice warm blanket. I mean, maybe not today because it's really hot, but you know what I mean. It's just got that really comforting sort of feel to it. And I feel like all of Alex Gino's books are like that. But in particular, I really loved Green. I thought it was fantastic. It's just a great story, great characters. And I loved Green. They were so adorable and just so earnest, and I just love them and this story. Green by Alex Gino. Well, that's what I've got for you guys today. I hope that this book sounds really fun and interesting, and maybe you want to read it for Pride Month or anytime, really. It's perfect for any time of the year. If so, please feel free to come check it out from Farmington Community Library. And also, thank you so very much for watching, friends. Have a wonderful rest of the day.